When we think of artificial intelligence or AI, its hype seemed to permeate through every industry, with some people already thinking that AI would replace some of the human workers, or even displacing entire sectors of industries altogether. Aviation is no different. Aircraft manufacturers and airlines are hoping for AI and automation to eventually replace at least one of the operating pilots in a two-pilot flight deck, if not replacing all human pilots altogether eventually. But is that possible for the foreseeable future? Let's explore some of these today. 1. What is AI? We often hear of machine learning or ML and artificial intelligence or AI, as if they are interchangeable. Machine learning is data-centric, while artificial intelligence is logic-centric. Machine learning allows computers to autonomously learn from past data, while artificial intelligence simulates human intelligence to solve problems. When we talk about AI, there is narrow or weak AI, which is meant for narrow tasks, based on algorithms with fixed programming, and certainly having no mind of its own. It is commonly used for face, image, or speech recognition, voice assistants, online recommendation engines, search engines, chatbots, and autonomous vehicles such as drones and cars. Strong AI, sometimes called artificial general intelligence or AGI, can perform human-level tasks, seem human-like, with cognitive abilities that combine both logic and creativity, mimicking human abilities. With AI, there is already talk about it replacing jobs and even industries, and bringing with it potential security, information, and intellectual capital breaches. But the greatest fear about AI is when AGI or strong AI appears, where it may evolve faster than humans with potentially emotions and evolution. The questions remain if AI can be programmed by its human creators to be evil, or programmed to be good, but evolves to reach its programmed goals through destruction, or it may even be hacked by threat actors. Another fear about AI is not of evil, but that of unstoppable competence, where AI can reach a level of competence that humans cannot catch up and arrest, and thereby cause harm intentionally or unintentionally. But the fact remains that strong AI is perhaps still decades away, still food for thought. 2. Is AI or autonomous vehicles ready? Right now, moving from 2D to 3D is a giant leap in computational complexity. Autonomous land vehicles traverse in 2 dimensions, but an aircraft, manned or unmanned, traverse in 3 dimensions, creating much more complexity and outcomes. Autonomous land vehicles are not perfect. Between 2022 to 2023, there were many reports of autonomous car crashes, fatalities, and that such car makers may have oversold the self-driving capabilities of autonomous vehicles. 3. ESA AI Roadmap 2.0. The latest AI Roadmap 2.0 from the European Union Aviation Safety Agency, or ESA, at the proposal stage outlines a human-centered approach to the adoption of artificial intelligence. It is a labor with stakeholders over 3 years, focusing on risk assessment, the need to ban unacceptable AI technologies, achieving transparency and traceability, data governance, and human oversight. Part of the paper was in fact written with a commercial AI large language model, or LLM. Out of the paper, 3 areas stood out, such as air traffic control, cybersecurity, and safety. We do need to remember that many of the AI engines today are corporate products, essentially making such AI black boxes with an element of uncertainty. On human factors, there should be guidance on AI operational explainability so that human pilots have understandable and reliable information that can help human pilots work with AI as a team for especially more challenging situations. One thing it would appear out of the ESA paper is that pilots are considered end users, and so in the greater scheme of things, would not factor as a significant part of the paper. Then what may pilots think when it comes to this paper? As an aviator, I would think human pilots can work with AI in hybrid environments where AI makes recommendations, while pilots interpret such recommendations and make the decisions for action. The trouble with current AI systems is that they are still prone to hallucinations, akin to lying, where AI may say things that are not real. At the same time, most of the commercial AI engines are proprietary and opaque, and so we may never know what goes on behind such artificial brains and what makes them tick. If we are to adopt AI into a flight deck, can AI meekly work alongside with us, providing data only, while we use our intuition and experience to get things done? In the case of AI hallucinations, another fear, especially in a future single pilot operations or SPO, would AI be able to override pilots with hallucinations and cause disasters? What's more, with automation already creeping in pervasively across all aircrafts today, with the advent of AI, would complacency because of automation, the increasing loss of flying skills, or the cognitive overload with too much data became worse because of AI? All sobering questions and thoughts. 4. AI use cases in the aviation industry. AI has already been adopted by many big names. Currently, data sources are passenger data, aircraft assignments, crew and rosters, maintenance reports, and weather. Most common current AI use cases in the aviation industry include customer service and retention, air traffic control, fleet and operations management, and autonomous systems. For flight-related usage, AI is used for what-if modeling and forecasting, dispatch, scheduling and flight path optimization, fuel and loading, and weather forecasting. 5. Will AI replace pilots? The reason why AI seems to invoke so much industry interest is because of pilots and finances. There is a global shortage of pilots. Pilots are also assets who will need a long time to be qualified and need consistent testing and retraining throughout their careers. Businesses are also constantly on the lookout for saving money and trimming costs, especially after the onslaught of the global pandemic. So, global aviation regulators and aircraft manufacturers are all looking at extended minimum crew operations, which means having less reliance on human pilots, for some parts of flights at least. This initiative has met with much objection from pilots, of course. Fortunately, at least for now, European Union regulators have ruled out single pilot operations by 2030. Aircraft manufacturers are working towards single pilot operated aircraft, ready for cargo operations by 2030, and perhaps passenger flights by 2040. The initial phase of using AI for aircraft would be to develop aircraft with machine learning and autonomous functions to make aircraft operations safer. The Wayfinder project was also an inspiring look at how an aircraft can taxi, take off, and land with the helping of machine learning. The big question mark right now is data size, since machine learning and autonomous vehicles would be wrestling with the petabytes of data and with the need for wireless bandwidth. The biggest hurdles why AI will face resistance in the aviation industry are legal, safety, labor, and unions, and also the optics or perception of how AI may displace jobs and industries. Do you dare to fly on an aircraft with one single pilot or even no pilot on board? Do governments dare to take a risk? As it stands, it would appear AI may only be co-pilots as an extension of existing automation today, perhaps as sensors, machine learning, and natural language processors for text-to-speech or TTS to assist pilots. Recently, the Korea Advanced Institute of Science and Technology demonstrated the Pibot, which is a humanoid robot that can replace a human pilot, adaptable for any aircraft as a drop-in. The robot uses the same human controls and uses headsets, text-to-speech, and AI to communicate with air traffic control and other pilots. The robot can also store all Jeppesen manuals and charts and leverage on GPT. This robot can be easily reconfigured to work on any aircraft and be a co-pilot or even the only pilot on an aircraft. 6. A glimpse into what can pilots do with AI today. What can we pilots do? Are we only beholden to what is available to us from airlines and our aircraft? Did you know you can actually create a GPT chatbot on your own in under 15 minutes that stores aircraft manuals and allow us to check on procedures, checklists, and emergencies? There are many such large language models that we can use, including some that can work offline in computers without the need for an internet connection. You can also integrate voice prompts and text-to-speech responses on our own smartphones, eventually having an intelligent virtual colleague to help us in our flights. 7, and one more thing, we talked about what humans think about if AI can replace pilots. But what if we asked AI their views? I did that to 3 different AI large language models and got some fascinating responses. Essentially, the AI engines figured that we human pilots should continue to be skilled and proficient. The AR thinks we are able to harness AI to our advantage, and that AI is a supplementary help to pilots rather than replace us altogether. What do you think? For leadership training, crisis communication training, and media training, talk to us today.